The Filthy Show has extremely explicit content. It is not intended for children, adults, or anyone really, especially retards without a sense of humor. If you offend easily, please fuck off now. All right, welcome to The Filthy Show, another episode. I'm your host, Adam Luckey. We have our co-host, Chris, which at this point I usually talk about how you like or do gross stuff and make fun of your appearance. But actually, we have good news. Chris just got passed at the mothership, so now he's a regular there. That's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. But once they find out that you have, like, actually... They might stop.
How do you think I got passed, dude? I brought one on stage.
That's wild. Adam Egan told me, because I do a lot of pedophile jokes in front of him, he was like, either get with it or stop joking about it. And I thought he was kidding, but now I realize he actually just legitimately likes pedophilia. He said it's not cool to joke about it unless you're actually about it. But,
comedy is the truth. Yeah.
It's like you're wearing a band t-shirt and they ask you, name 5 songs. Name 5.
Wearing a Dan Snyder t-shirt. Describe Miranda Cosgrove's pussy. You don't even really like that. Well, that's a fun intro to introduce probably our biggest guest we've had so far. She's probably not regretting this yet, but our guest today is Kim Congdon.
What's up? Thanks for having me, guys.
Of
Thanks
course.
for being here.
This is officially Austin's ugliest podcast, so this is actually a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Because I'm on it now.
No, you're making it. You're making it less
who have
ugly.
you had on?
No, not
You
because
guys
of
are
you.
pooling.
You're just even with your attraction of bringing us out of the ugliness, we're still low.
Austin's ugliest pod.
Yeah,
I like that.
We're gross dudes.
Hell yeah. That's the way to be. I got to tell you. I don't know. It might be easier than being a woman sometimes.
Ugly?
Yeah.
Well, I feel
Less
like
scared.
Ugly man comic used to be the thing, but I think lately it's been good looking male comic.
Well,
It's definitely been like, you just mean in general?
Just in general. I think, it's probably, you're probably less scared, more lonely. We're more scared, less lonely.
That's true.
Yeah.
But the good thing about comedy is the dude can be so ugly and it doesn't matter. Women will still do stuff to us.
Yeah, women don't care if men are ugly. Honestly, you just have to be confident.
Thank God.
I mean,
man.
a lot do. A lot of
A
women
lot
do
do,
care.
but a lot don't. And a
Yeah.
lot of hot chicks don't.
Nice.
I've noticed.
That's true.
Thank God for absent fathers. That's how ugly guys get laid.
Oh, that's so awesome. I'm glad dads can be bad. Yeah. You got to leave your daughter just so ugly kid in the future
No,
can
I think
get
women
it.
just don't care about men's looks as much.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense because a lot of women can just bang hot dudes if they want to.
Yeah.
So they probably get bored of that.
I think ugly dudes would get embarrassed having ugly girlfriends. And it's like the nerve.
Yeah, I think that is true. Actually, you don't see a lot of ugly on ugly.
It's a crime, literally.
Yeah. I mean, you do, but it's got to be really ugly on really ugly. Like 600-pound life
So
type
much
shit.
so that it's actually adorable when you see it.
Yeah. It's like you assume it's like Love on the Spectrum type shit. But then most of those couples are like pretty decent looking. Have you watched that show?
Yeah. They pick the hottest kids on the spectrum.
They
for
really
sure.
do.
They're definitely TV spectrum kids.
Yeah, I want to see one with like the blacklisted retards.
Yeah, it's like when you watch a movie and they're showing high schoolers, you're like, these aren't high schoolers.
These are
God, the
actual
autistics
retards.
that didn't make that show. God, how rough that would
Well,
be.
they're busy like headbutting Buicks.
I would love to see the casting call for that.
Oh my
I'm
God.
retarded. I want to eat pussy.
That is a hilarious sketch. Is the tapes that didn't make it?
That's a gold mine.
That's fucking great.
The things
The
that people
casting
said.
tapes that never made it. It's just fucking.
These are my cats that I pet way too hard.
Yeah, that's just
I'm not
dead
allowed to
dead
have
cats.
Those cats are dead, kid.
The boy with 1,000 dead cats in his room. The producers talk about it like it's lore.
I can't find love as he's wringing its
Yeah.
neck.
Well, you notice that the more normal they are as an autism person, the more normal, like better parents they have. Like, I want to see the ones whose parents just completely neglect them and just let them headbutt walls and shit.
Right.
Are you saying autistic kids are just autistic because of bad parents?
Maybe. I think some are. I know some girls that I went to high school with and they're like, my son's autistic. I'm like, no, you just never pay attention to him. That's why he's just like running away a
You
lot.
leave him alone at night to go to work at Denny's, so he's scared.
And that's a good job.
And that's a great job, dude. Denny's fucks.
From the small town I'm from, Denny's is actually.
My mom worked at
high up.
Shoney's when I was growing up.
A what?
Wait, is Shoney's?
I don't know what a Shoney's
I know
is.
Shoney's, but we don't have it down
Shoney's with the bear, yeah.
there. Yeah.
It's real trashy. And
Oh,
actually,
yeah.
that story is true. I woke up one day and she was working at Shoney's and I was just home alone.
Oh, wow.
So that might be how you make something wrong with
I woke
children.
up and I was home alone, but it's because my dad was cheating on my mom. So
Dude, parents are crazy.
it's why he just did that. And then what's funny is
The next day, I was like, "Where were you last night?" He's like, "I was on the couch."
Oh my God.
He's gaslighting you?
As a little kid, I'm like, I guess
gotta
he was on the
say-
couch. I don't know. I don't think he was. I was on the couch.
That is something I never thought about that probably happens so often is dudes leaving their kids at night to go get a quick nut. Because
Yeah.
I'm sure in a guy's mind, he's like, they'll be good. It's
They're
30 minutes
sleeping.
tops.
Yeah.
You were fine, though.
I mean, I woke up and was terrified.
How old were you?
I was probably like 4 or 5.
That's when I woke up terrified. That's
Yeah.
why we're comics.
Yeah. Well, you just
That's
I
got
thank
fun.
my dad for that.
Dude,
Because
when
without him, I probably would have been a musician and I'd probably be dead by now.
Dude, the scary thing I did is when I woke up, we were living in an apartment complex. So I woke up 5 years old, no one in the house. I searched the whole house. Then I went downstairs, unlocked the door. This was like 3 a.m.
Damn.
Unlocked the door, went outside, and was screaming my mom's name throughout the apartment complex, and somehow found my way back and went back to bed.
Oh.
That's good.
That's crazy. I could have been
It's
dead.
good that was your apartment that you found your way back to.
Yeah, I know. That's such easy pedophile bait.
And where was this?
It was in Florida.
It was in Florida?
Yeah.
Damn.
Kyle's
could've
run
gotten-
apartments.
You could have gotten taken.
Taken.
Yeah, an apartment complex in Florida. There was probably at least 7 options for you to enter
Dude,
that would have resulted.
Imagine being a pedophile. You're sleeping at night in your
Oh my
apartment, and you hear a little girl going, "Mommy, I'm lost in the middle of the night and all alone." It's literally their wet dream, dude.
He's right in the middle of praying to God how he's never going to do it again. He's just like, "You son of a bitch."
It's
He
a
smiles at
sign.
God. He goes, "You bastard! You've done it again."
I want to get out, but they keep pulling me back in.
Oh my God! Yeah, fucking crazy.
Did you see that that Nickelodeon documentary that just came out?
yeah. Well, I didn't watch the whole documentary, but I've been in the
You
rabbit
shouldn't watch
hole of
the whole thing. It's so stupid.
Dan Schneider for years.
Well, that's the thing is it's not even like too heavy on Dan Schneider. Like the stuff they say against Dan Schneider is definitely not the worst that he was doing. Because
Really?
the whole first episode is just 2 female writers complaining how Dan Schneider would talk about how women weren't funny and stuff like that. It's like, I guess that's bad. He's like, they're like, he paid us less. Like he wouldn't take our jokes seriously. One of them is actually pretty funny. She's like, this other girl writer pitched a joke, and then Dan Schneider was like, "You should pitch that joke again, but while pretending like you're getting." It's like, I mean, that's like pretty inappropriate, but I bet it was way funnier when
It
she
was,
pitched
yeah.
it.
Drake Bell was like, you got to pretend?
And she did
crying.
it too. That's a fun thing, and she actually did it.
No.
Yeah, and then. It's like you hear that, and you're like, I guess that's bad. But then 2 episodes later, Drake is just like, yeah, no, I got stuff in my butt. Like not by Dan Schneider, by someone else.
Was Drake the only one that was like physically?
I think he's the only one that came out about it. There was one other girl that was like a extra on the Amanda show who some guy just sent her a picture of him jacking off.
Well, there's a lot of weird. Amanda Bynes apparently made a second Twitter account under another name.
Yeah.
And she tweeted a picture of herself holding her license, or of her license, but not her own face, saying like, "This is me. This is my other Twitter account. I can't actually prove it's me, but this is this." I don't know
she,
why
like,
she would be
made a
able to do
bunch of
that and
pro-
not show her face, which is weird. But this Twitter account that apparently was Amanda Bynes was tweeting years before the Dan Schneider stuff came out, saying that like, I'm a high profile person who was raped on the set and I had to have an abortion at 13 because of my boss, blah blah blah, basically saying that. And there are rumors that Jamie Lynn Spears, Britney Spears' little sister, who did Zoe 101, Dan Schneider's show. She had to stop doing the show because she got pregnant.
I
but they
remember
never
when
had
she
the
was-
father. They
she
never,
was
and then they had
pregnant,
this
yeah.
random dude like years later. They were like, "This is her father," but there was rumors that it was Dan Schneider's baby.
I think it's funny because like with such a high profile documentary about like kids getting touched on sets, they didn't mention anything about Dan Schneider sexually assaulting anybody, which is wild because even like that just shows how powerful he is.
Well, yeah, he's still out there. I think is he still making stuff? I
He
think.
has shows on the air still.
Yeah,
that
so he's still
not
making
a part
money,
of, but
and
he
he's still
makes
cutting these
money
people
off of-
checks, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So-
well, that's the thing is, it's like you erase Dan Schneider, you erase pretty much all of Nickelodeon because now you can't have like Drake and Josh and the Amanda Show and all that on streaming services.
And honestly, as much of a pig as he was, those shows were incredible.
Those shows rip.
The Amanda Show was like my first introduction to sketch comedy.
Yeah, well, they were showing all these
way.
like innuendo rando jokes that he made on the Amanda Show during this like serious documentary, and they were all getting me. I was like, oh yeah, it's like a wiener. That's fucking hilarious.
God, he is a genius.
He's a genius, yeah.
Would you rather have those kids not be touched or not have those shows?
Oh
That's
my
the question.
God, that's fucked up.
That's the question.
The shows were so good.
They were
But
good.
then you also have
You
to,
don't know them.
You also
so-
have to consider a lot of these huge time directors and comedy people did these things. What if that's what's making them so talented too?
That's
I'm just, the guy who made Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2
that's a good point.
molested children, and those are really good movies.
Can I get a little crazy and deep into this?
Please.
You were
They've been
molested.
sliming kids for years.
That's true.
Literally,
Yeah.
like taking gooey, cum-like substances and just pouring them on them for a bit.
Yeah, and it was supposed to be white originally. Guys, we should call it cum.
They
That's a little too
made
much.
it green so they can green screen it white at home.
That's actually
Honestly.
really smart for any
Yeah.
color they want, honestly.
Yeah, it's fucked up, dude.
But I feel like way worse stuff is going down.
Wait,
That
do you
can't even
think
be
that
like
they
the
made
tip.
it green so they can? I know that was a joke that I just made and we all laughed. I know that it's a joke, but it is
Very
green.
possible.
It is green screen green. That is the color of the slime.
We may
And
have
if
just
that,
opened the
those
door on
videos
this.
are, and there's thousands of kids getting slimed and wiping that stuff off their face. They can't. Should we?
I mean, honestly, if you
I
think
wish we
about
could white screen one of those right now and just see if it would pass for
Justin,
a sick video.
Can we pull this up real quick and see if we can make it look like cum on these kids?
That's
Can we
not
virtually
technically
come on
illegal.
these kids?
This is
just
perfect.
for
That's
our
not illegal.
science.
This actually brings up one of our segments, cum on kids.
Is that your segment?
Yeah. Adam, you're bringing your daughter. Let's do it.
Here's the thing, though.
My cum is green, though. So it looks right.
Ew.
If that was the idea, if that was another one of Dan Snyder's ideas,
It's also
again,
genius.
Really good idea. That's
Genius.
it's kind of killing it.
It's really crazy.
Because, yeah.
And they're saying that like the Nickelodeon logo is the same shape as Epstein Island, like the orange blob.
Yeah, but that wasn't around when they made that, right?
I think so.
I thought.
I think they've been
I don't know
fucking
enough
kids
about
for a
it.
while.
Well, I think they've been fucking kids for a long time.
But they've been relocating.
Yeah, because there was this one crazy thing. It happened like the late 80s, early 90s. I forgot what it was, the official name for it was, but all these like street kids came forward and all had collaborating stories about how they were like being taken to islands. So much worse stuff. Like this one guy said, I don't know if this is YouTube friendly, but it happened probably.
After all the things we just pretend we were going to slime on
Try to make it
kids.
YouTube friendly. Use YouTube terms to make it friendly.
Yeah, so I'll use YouTube terms.
Okay.
So they had these two young adults have unconsensual sex on each other in a cage. And then while one of the young adults was inside the other young adult, they unalived the one that was receiving. And apparently Stanley Kubrick was filming the whole thing.
So it looked good.
And then they played that video later that day back at the mansion party and made all the boys top him up while they watched that video. And the kid that's having sex with the unalive kid was there topping up all the dudes while they were watching it. Which, it's a little worse than two female writers not getting paid a lot.
I don't know, dude.
That's YouTube friendly.
You haven't been a female writer not paid a lot. It's
That's
pretty
good.
traumatizing.
I've never had to pitch a joke while pretending like I'm getting butt fucked.
Yeah.
Which I would,
that
though.
is-
That's really
That's
funny.
my favorite story in the whole
It's
thing.
really
I like
crazy
it.
that people can get off to certain things.
Well, and that was like, that went to court. There was like multiple famous
That one
people
went to court?
and like, directors and producers that had to come and testify. And they were just basically like, all
Can
these
I
kids
say
are
this?
like homeless. They're all trained kids.
if
No one
you
cares about them.
genuinely find children attractive, you're like just a loser. It is like they're
For
so
sure.
That's such a cool way to put it.
you're such a loser. Like that's embarrassing.
Well, and also,
dude.
what a worse type of person to want to have sex with. Just so annoying and gross and smelly.
I
the
remember.
worst.
Do you know Ryan Stout, the comedian? He was this LA comedian
I don't
that I
think
saw
so.
a while ago, and he had one of my favorite jokes where he used to say, like, I don't understand child molesters. Like, who wants to make a kid more sticky?
That's really
is
funny.
And it's like
good one.
really just a good way to put it. They are just like, I don't really even want to touch them, like, unless they're a kid that means something to me in my life. I don't want them really near me, or I
Yeah.
don't want to touch their hands. They are always like brown.
That make-
like,
Well, now we know why. We're figuring it all out. Yeah, but that's also a thing you got to think about is like, if people want to bang kids, that's got to just be in you because who would choose that?
It's got to be in you. You can't choose.
Except,
Well, I don't know.
I don't-
It seems like the more powerful you get, the more you get into that.
My
I think
mindset
that's
with
just straight
that.
boredom, though.
Well, yeah, it's like I've done everything. There's nothing left to do, and then your buddy's just like, "Hey, dog, there's some other stuff.
No.
You're like, well, I don't think that sounds fun. Yeah, but we've done everything.
Yeah, what else are we gonna do?
We've had an orgy in a Lamborghini.
Yeah, orgy in a Lamborghini? Is that just a 2-seater car?
Yeah, but you can fit a lot of kids in a Lamborghini.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think with rich people... I think with rich people, it's either boredom or what you said, maybe that's where they get their talent from.
It might be.
Yeah.
What if you found that out? Like, you make a really good movie and they're like, the only way you could keep making good movies is this boy butt.
Yeah, you suck out some kid juices and you're just the greatest comedian ever.
Turns out kids
It's
just
like a
have
crawfish
talent.
boil. You just crush the skull and suck the juice. That's exactly what was happening on Sunday. Everybody was like, you need to eat crawfish. They're good for you. And I'm like, I'm feeling like that's not. The things at the bottom of the swamps.
Well, they're just like lake bugs, basically.
Yeah, that's pretty much just shrimp.
Sarah and I discussed this earlier. Shrimp are sexier. If we had
Yeah.
to fuck one, we'd fuck a shrimp over a crawfish.
Seems like it'd be hard to have sex. You'd just be putting it in your pussy.
I said what I said.
All right, fair enough. Just a million shrimp floating into her pussy.
I would rather have a shrimp in my pussy than a crawfish.
You could probably sell those, to be honest.
Shrimp pussy.
Kim Congdon's pussy
Come
shrimp.
out to Kim's shrimp pussy.
Reseal them in a bag.
$12.99 for a pound.
They don't necessarily taste better, but they're selling a lot better. I'm allergic to all that, so I can't eat like
Shellfish?
any. Well, it's not all shellfish. I don't know what like clarifies. Just crustaceans, I think, is the main thing. I can't do like shrimp or lobster, crab. I can do like mussels and clams and oysters and shit like that.
It's like the only thing I can eat. I'm pretty much allergic to everything else.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I can't eat like chicken or beef or.
You
You're
can't?
allergic to chicken and beef?
Yeah,
Is that like a
moderately.
Puerto Rican thing?
No, not at all. Actually, I don't know what. It has to be from my dad's white side.
Oh, what? You're half Puerto Rican, half white?
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
that's pretty decent.
that's pretty decent.
That's probably better than half black, half white, I would assume.
I don't know. I would say half black, half white was really popular for a while.
Yeah, but now they
it was
just
really trending.
suck. Half black, half white's the worst because like they have the white side that makes them all like complainy and stuff, but
Yeah.
then they have the black side that can back it up. And it's just like now you have to take them seriously and kind of listen to
they
their
can complain
stupid
and also
complaint.
really beat you up.
They can say the N-word, but then get mad at themselves for saying it. It's just
Yeah,
not-
Mix was really in for a while, to be honest. Because I like to watch the TikTok trends, see what's going on, see what everyone's talking about. Mix was in until like 2018. Then they went dark skin. Then they completely pushed white people out. You guys have been out since about 2017.
Yeah, I mean, we still run everything.
Yeah,
pretty good.
but socially, on the surface.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not behind the scenes where it matters, but on the surface.
What about half Puerto Rican, half white? Where are you guys at?
Well, you could say you're anything. Probably.
Yeah,
you
just-
could pull off Israeli
I
if
jump
you
in.
needed
Yeah,
to.
whatever benefits me in the moment, surely.
That wouldn't right now.
Whoever's
probably.
auditioning or hiring, I'm that.
You could go Israeli or Palestinian.
We're only
honestly.
hiring LGBTQ. That's great. I ate a pussy in college once.
That's
great.
Yeah.
I'm Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
All right, close enough.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is true. It's so diverse. Every show you watch, like, because I don't watch a lot of shows, but my wife watches a lot of like Netflix shows, and she'll be watching when it's like the 1800s. But it still has to be diverse. So like all the characters are black, but they can't talk about how.
That's so
She watches
funny.
some show. It's like called Bridgerton or something.
Yeah, they do have black characters, and I was actually confused watching that.
And they don't. Well, because the idea is it's like they're black, but we're not going to talk about it. And I'm like, they would have been talking about it.
Yeah,
That
it would have
would've
been
the
actually
main thing
like
they would have been doing.
a lot of their conversation.
Yeah, she was just hanging around.
So why does that black girl have a really nice dress on?
It's like living in Austin and not mentioning LA. You guys can't help it.
well, all you guys are here now too.
Yeah.
we're
know,
not.
it's
We're
really-
not really Austin. We moved here from Seattle, like during the COVID thing.
Nice.
We can't.
Together?
Yeah.
You guys
Pretty
like
close.
a unit? How'd you meet?
In comedy. I've known
Comedy.
him since I was 18.
Oh, okay.
Everybody hated him because we were in Seattle.
How old are you now? 18 and a half?
Yeah.
You look
I've
so
known him for a
young.
year. I'm 25 now.
25?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
So,
yeah, he's growing
since I
up.
started comedy.
He's growing up.
He is.
Growing
Well,
up.
everyone hated him over there because it was just like you were told basically in that scene that if you wanted to be successful, you had to be just like
Clean.
feature friendly. Yeah, like local headliner friendly, which we were just like, well, we don't want to be here forever. And he was really, really bad when he first started. So he was doing all the like really fucked up dirty jokes, but also being really bad at it. So people hated that. But I'm like, well, you can't get better at it unless you like are trying it.
Yeah.
So, you know, you got to keep saying the N-word on stage until you have a joke that goes
Until it comes out not weird, dude.
Well, it's like, just say it out of nowhere. And then when you have a joke for it, it's not going to feel as weird.
Yeah, the locked phones is a fun freedom.
Yeah. Well, they don't ever do that here anymore, right?
Oh, really?
I've seen it sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes here. Yeah, Mothership, it's like, you're free to do anything. And there's almost never any black people at Mothership, so.
Well, I guess I shouldn't say this on a podcast.
You got there. You too.
That's so funny.
Wait, that's a joke. That's a joke. I worked there.
It was just a way to surpass the phone thing, but I don't want to say it onto the, give any ideas.
Oh, how to yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. People do get mad about it because I work there, so I'm like, a lot of the times I'm the guy putting the phone in the bag. And they're like,
I'm going to write it down and tell me if this wouldn't work. Don't say it out loud. That's probably horrible for podcasting, but... And start. So Nickelodeon sliming on these babies.
So anyway, those kids just getting fucked to death in a cage somewhere.
I don't know if this is true, and maybe this could be fact-checked, but I heard that in a SpongeBob episode, when they showed his license, it was the same address as Epstein Island. As what's a place called? Little Prince?
Oh, yeah. What was it?
What's it called? It's something creepy.
Something that sounds like an island where people are getting fucked.
Kids. It's like Little Boy Island or something.
I call it the greatest place on earth.
Oh, you found it? Wow.
Oh, there you go.
1, 2.
These look fit. I mean, you could just make this. So. Yeah.
Yeah, this could have been anything. But you got to think, an island where all these rich people are going to bang kids.
What was the island called? Little St. James.
Little St. James.
That's
exactly
that is sick.
That's a weird name. Where does Little St. James come?
Well, you got to think, if you went there and didn't want to bang kids, I bet there's still a lot of cool ass shit to do.
No,
there's
of course.
Probably some dope
well, that's
arcade
what
games.
there was someone that went to one of Diddy's parties that we know, and she was like, I'm not talking to them anymore. I'm like, dude, imagine if the parties that we've been to, like we've been to some cool parties, and I'm like, there probably have been creeps there.
Oh, yeah.
Like some people just get caught up at a bad party, dude.
For sure. And what's also like using TikTok. Like I was reading some statistic that it said like 25% of American TikTok is dudes over the age of 40 watching kids under the age of 15. 20%. So it's like,
Jesus.
Would you go to that mall that has a couple stores where kids are getting taken pictures of?
Oh, fuck, dude.
We're still using it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty high.
Yeah.
But it also makes a lot of sense.
But I'm sure there's a lot of people that went onto the island thinking it was a fun celebrity.
Yeah. Well, and also I watch those girls because they're good at dancing. So like, yeah, if
You
more guys
appreciate
are
the
probably.
art form.
I just think they're good at their choreographies really well.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah, TikTok's fucked, dude. There's like mom
wild.
influencers that are like pimping out their kids. Have you heard of this?
I've seen some of it. I like the LGBTQ parents that make their kids do it with them. I've been on a big kick on that.
What do you
lately.
mean?
Yeah.
It's always like,
Oh, they make their kids theys and
yeah,
stuff?
I follow a page. It's called like Rainbow Dads or something like that.
Love that.
This guy's like, oh, it was so fun. I just watched it today. He's like, I just heard there's a drag bear at Build-A-Bear. And his son's like, a drag bear? You mean you, Dad?
No.
Jesus Christ.
No. No, I don't mean pimping out like that. I mean like there are parents, like there's this lady on TikTok. I'm in just so you know, I'm on TikTok.
Do you know her name by any chance so we can look it up?
Yeah, her name, well, her daughter's TikTok, which is the problem, is Ren Eleanor.
Ren Eleanor.
WRENEA. Well, however the fuck you spell Eleanor. I don't know how anyone could ever spell it. Who knows?
Eleanor?
Yeah, there's like 2 E's, 2 A's or
Isn't
something.
it ELEAN?
Sometimes there's 3 E's.
ELEAN. Yeah, sometimes
Oh,
there's
there it is.
Oh,
yeah,
hell yeah.
so she's actually
17 million?
she's gone viral because she's deleted a lot of them. But what she does is on TikTok, you can choose your cover page. You already see what's going on with the banana and the ice cream.
Maybe we can just put a sensor that puts this is a young child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. We don't have to pull it up.
Yeah,
but
let's not
it is.
You don't have to panda this.
Yeah. We don't even have to say the name out
to
loud.
clarify also, this child's not doing anything sexual. That's not what we're looking at right now. It's just
It's just you know where it's going.
And it's uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable and you know where it's going.
That's 17 million people like that.
Oh, so she's
But
making...
the problem is you look at the videos and it has more saves than it does likes.
No,
and that's when it
not
becomes
good.
an issue.
Yeah, they're banking it.
Yeah, they're and this mom, she's a piece of
You
shit.
know what I want to say?
Sperm banking it?
Spank bank.
She made me do it. So,
Yeah, so the mom
what's the one with the banana?
is on trial. You know what the one with the banana is. So yeah, look, like every video is like, guess the drink challenge, but she's like always sucking on a straw or eating a banana. She gave her gum, and the clip that she put out was her swallowing the gum and being like, I swallowed it. Is that okay? And just the
Jesus.
audio. And it's basically this whole thing that's like, these people should be arrested.
It's
like,
the Dan Schneider effect of the
Yes,
foolproof
it
plan.
is
Can we look
truly
at
like-
works every
Can we see
time.
if Dan Snyder's following her?
this is what, okay, can I tell you what I do? This is fucked up. Sometimes, okay, I'll get into this rabbit hole of being like, the internet's so fucked up. So I'll find like a kid like this and I'll go to their follower list and just look at who's following.
Oh,
And I'll
yeah.
pick a random grown man and I'll click on his page and see who he's following. And you can see.
That's scary.
You can see just how many of them. There are thousands.
It's just all
and
these
dude,
kids,
and
but
so
then
many
us.
of them have their own kids. Yeah. You guys are scared to do it. We're like, we don't need to click that and see who's looking.
Yeah, why are we on there?
I
We don't need to do that.
I don't
We
even
don't need
have
to
a
do that.
TikTok or use it.
How
don't use
awkward would it
TikTok.
be to catch someone on a podcast being creepy like that? Like you pull up your own Instagram, but
That
it's
would
already
be so funny. You pull
you're like,
this
these
up.
are all liked, but only the ice cream ones already.
This
You're
is
like,
my TikTok,
I
and it
know
says
for
you already
sure
follow
is
this page.
the only
Yeah.
thing I know for sure, Kim, is you go on these every day and you look at them for hours. Is what
Yeah,
you told us.
well-
But she's a girl. She's allowed to do stuff like that.
yeah, I get obsessed with like crime and like trafficking.
You could legitimately molest a kid and probably still like have a
Yeah.
career. Probably not a girl
fucked.
kid. No, I'm not saying
A
it's
boy
okay.
kid?
Yeah, it's a boy
Yeah,
kid.
yeah. No, I used to have a joke. I'm like, oh, there are advantages to being a woman. Like you can cry your way out of a parking ticket or think 17-year-old boys are hot. Like no one cares.
I would go as low as 14. I think
God.
14, you're fine. 13, you could probably talk your way out of it. You'd have to be kind of funny in court, though.
Dude, I honestly think for women,
Yeah, the cock
people
was
accept it
16-year-old.
at 15. If
Yeah,
you
of
really
course.
think about it, like all the people that have been 15 or older and they're with a woman, they're like, ah. I'm like, that's fucking.
Well,
have you ever
as
seen
someone-
a 15-year-old boy?
I lost my virginity at 14, and it
That's nuts.
wasn't good. Actually, it's
Yeah,
probably
but it was
more
with
like
another
13.
14-year-old, right?
Yeah, it was another 14-year-old
Okay,
and
that's good.
and a 37-year-old, but he was just filming this.
You were playing Peter Pan and Wendy.
Yeah, we were just playing Peter Pan and Wendy. It's a normal game. No, but yeah, it wasn't good, but I wanted to do it. Like I was super ready. Like I thought I was super ready for it. I
Right.
wasn't actually. So it's like I made the conscious decision to do it, but ultimately it was not something I was ready for. But that's my mindset from it. It's like if an older woman would have asked me to do it, I would have done it still, and probably still not been super
I've
into
heard
it.
so
but-
many stories of guys losing their virginities to older women, and it's so fucked up how normal
What's more
it
so
is.
like
Yeah,
gay
just no one
guys?
cares really about
No
it.
one cares about guys. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, not at all. It's fine.
fucked up.
That's
That's
why
why
we're
you
so
guys-
tough about shit
Well,
like
that's
that.
why you guys murder. You really come back for vengeance. Like
I thought it was like a pass it on thing.
Yeah.
I thought if I
Yeah.
took someone, I would un myself.
It's crazy that hurt people actually hurt people. I'm shocked every time. I'm shocked every time.
Well, because like most pedophiles are people who are touched as kids too. Like,
It
that's
is, and it kind of goes on forever.
It'll never stop. It's like the biggest thing ever.
Yeah, it's like It Follows rules. Have you seen
Yeah.
that movie?
Yeah, you get a bad text from a friend. You're on an island.
Yeah. You just have a
Suddenly
pedophile
everywhere you
following you. the whole-
It's like when you start believing in manifestation. As soon as you start liking kids, you see them everywhere. And you're like, why are there so many kids here?
And they're all really good looking too.
Sweet, cute babies.
Why not more ugly kids?
Yeah, it's crazy, dude.
Oh yeah. Well, this has been mostly pedophile stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
who
proud
knew?
of us.
Yeah.
Because usually we're more like last episode. I think we did 30 minutes on eating poop.
Well, you started on pedophile.
Yeah,
You
we just
started
continued.
pedophile.
Yeah.
Do people eat poop?
Well, our whole thing was we were talking to our friend who was like so anti-poop. He said he wouldn't eat poop for what at 500
No,
grams.
it's more like eating ass, not just eating a handful of shit.
No, he said he'd eat ass. That's what was confusing. He eats ass, but he said he wouldn't eat just like a brick of poop.
For how much?
500 grand.
That would be
insane.
a really hard 500 grand for me.
Yeah. Well, you're probably doing better than both of us.
No, it's just eating
so
a
many
brick of
bricks
shit is rough, dude.
If you said each brick of shit is $500,000, I would look up how much can a human eat of shit before they die.
Actually, if you're putting up multiple bricks of shit, if you're stacking up 500,000, I'm gonna think about it. If there's multiple choices where I can eat 10 stacks,
It's technically food.
I'm
Is there a
shoving
time
it.
frame?
No.
Like,
Do you get water like in one of those contests?
You get water, but it's piss.
You can. I'd actually probably use that to get it down.
It would probably
help.
taste better than the shit.
Piss
It would
doesn't taste that bad.
It'd be like ginger after sushi.
Yes.
It'd really clear the palate.
You just dip the shit in piss.
Like the hot dog eating contest when they're trying to wet the bun.
Get it down.
You just dunking it. So you got pieces of bread
You know
around
what?
it.
This does feel better than pedophilia. Thank you for getting me out of
Here's
that.
the grosser
You're welcome.
thing. It feels cleaner.
Yeah, it does. It actually does.
And you'll be surprised how quickly we go back into pedophilia.
Well, it's really easy when you realize how surrounded you are by it.
Poop or...
Yeah, actually,
I really don't know.
as someone with slight OCD, both, yeah.
Well, there is poop everywhere. That's
There
for
is
sure.
I
everywhere.
can't even get into that. I have a huge problem with poop. And
Someone should invent poop glasses. That would change everyone's perspective. You just wear them and you can see all the poop.
That's OCD.
Oh, is that one?
That's OCD.
Oh,
I
you
swear
see
to God.
shit everywhere?
You could just
That's
fucking see
schizophrenia.
shit. For me, I'm like, I'm terrified, and I know it's everywhere, and I'm already aware of shit and cum.
Cum too?
Cum, dude. I
Cum
am
is
like the
everywhere,
thought of
dude.
accidentally touching cum.
Well, you're sitting on a cum
I
stain
know
right
that.
now.
Remember, I asked. I was like, "Is it cum?"
I don't think that's
a
cum.
normal person wouldn't have to say that out loud because obviously it's not a huge cum stain on the couch.
But if you get pregnant after
but I had to ask just in case it was. Yeah.
I think most stuff in my house is probably pretty cum free, as long as you don't want to use my laptop. If you use that,
It's got
then
cum
what
on
the
it.
fuck? Of course, it's got so much cum on it. I have to clean it when I take it to the airport, so I'm not embarrassed.
Why do you cum on your laptop?
Yeah.
I
Can't
don't
just
do it
cum-
on purpose.
It just gets on there.
Yeah, I don't know how. I don't know what my cum is thinking, but
Whenever
it
he
gets
sends you an
places.
email, you could tell he comes on it a lot because there's like triple P's, yeah, and shit.
Adam sent this
Why
on
is
his
this so
laptop.
spaced out?
People understand it now. Yeah, I don't know why there's so much on there, but I can just tell there is. Things are really sticky. I don't blast on my laptop.
When you open your computer, does it
Sounds
make an
like you
audible
do.
crunch sound? It's like spreading.
Maybe it's more like I'm so quick to like click out of things. I'm just like,
I think that watching porn on your computer is so brave.
it's awesome.
It's wild.
It's
Sometimes
actually
I-
a wild choice to make.
I used to do it on my TV a lot, like on the PlayStation browser. That
You're
was
a
when I was like
psycho.
20,
I don't like
21.
watching porn on bigger screens.
Me
cool.
neither. I like
I
it
think
in my
it's
small
badass.
screen where I can shame myself.
You know what the bravest is? VR porn.
Oh, I hate VR
That's nuts
porn.
because you're
You're
out
logged
of
in.
the world.
So if someone catches you, you're only gonna know if they tell you about it.
They touch you physically.
Which is so much scarier because then, like, in most senses, when they see you like masturbate, you stop and it's a whole thing. But then it's more like they see you and they're scared, and you're still like,
and you're walking around your room.
you're running in a
Are you
circle.
walking
God.
during
You're
VR
the
grabbing
scenario.
fake tits. You're just squeezing the end of your couch like it's a titty.
Your mom just comes in and you're doing this. while you're
Dude,
jerking off.
nuts.
Oh, not my boy.
Oh my God.
I don't like VR porn. The quality's not good enough yet. That's the problem. It's very pixelated. I can't get sold into
I don't
the
think we should
scenario.
make porn
I've never
better.
tried VR porn, but I did get VR assaulted the first time I tried VR.
You have VR touched?
Yeah, no, I got VR. It was a wild, dramatic moment where I log into VR. I go into this lobby. I'm like, sick. This is sick. There's people from all around the world. I'm like, this is so
sure they'll just
innovative. We're
wanna
going to be
talk
able
to
to connect as people. I get to learn it. And then suddenly this dude comes up and like they have bodies and you can hear them like they're in the room with you. It feels kind of realistic. Like
Yeah,
they're with
no,
other
it is.
people. And they come up to, and this guy got really close to me and he was like, hey, baby. And I was like, oh, and I moved my thing away. And then he kept following me and he started going like to me on the thing. And I was like, get away. And he started clicking his thing. So it was like glitching and it looked like it was humping me. And I was like, get away from me. And then it started attracting other people because they heard the sounds of like panic. So then the people came over. Yeah, literally. I'm working on this bit, so I don't want you to think I'm just working out a bit on you, but this really happened
Was
to
this
me.
like a Muslim chat room?
No, I don't remember what it was. It was literally like people from all around. So the people are different ethnicities. There's Sikhs coming through. Like
Yeah, it's
all
so
these people
funny.
come
Sounds
through.
like there was a couple primary ethnicities.
And they're all trying to help. They're like, get off of her, get off of her. And it does look like a gangbang around me. And the guy's still in me like, and I'm like scared he's gonna come soon. And then they have VR police that are assigned to these communities. They get like points for as the community work they do to keep things like safe, like keep it a safe space.
Yeah,
and the VR
like the
police came,
moderators.
and the dude me fucking, I swear
That's
to God,
that's an extreme move.
the dude VR me. I swear to God on my life, we were in this big, beautiful like building. When the police came over, he got off of me, ran out, and jumped out of the window and VR killed himself. And that was in a matter of like 4 minutes. It happened. My first 4 minutes on VR.
Why didn't you take it off?
How could you? It was like a bad car accident.
That's a good point, though. You could have stopped it at any time.
No,
Kim.
I know. I could have.
Well, VR victim blaming.
When
you.
you're
I'm
there,
sorry.
it was literally like victims where I was staring off
What were you VR
into
wearing,
a window.
though?
And I was like, I wish I was a bird. I could fly far away. Like,
Were you VR wearing like a skirt or something?
yeah, I don't know. It might have been my
It's so
VR outfit.
He killed himself.
He VR killed himself. Just fucking,
way to
it
get
was
out
like
of
this,
it.
like this balcony. I just saw his character jump and disappear, and I was like, and everybody was like, well, that took care of itself, and like
So
walked away. And I'm like, oh, I'm never coming. I never went back on again.
You took a VR cold shower?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, I got banned from multiple VR chats.
I got
rooms.
banned from you once.
Yeah, he got me banned for a while. I don't know what you did.
I kept saying, let's go kill Mark Zuckerberg.
That's funny.
That'll get you.
You can't say that.
I kept telling everyone I could suck my own dick, and then like, because in the VR world, it looks like I was able to.
That's funny.
And I was like, I'm doing it. It made people really uncomfortable. I may have been
No
there.
one laughed?
No, people were laughing really hard.
You were the dude sucking your own dick during my gangbang? There was one
nice-
dude sucking his own dick in the corner.
That is so funny. During a gangbang, you start sucking your own dick.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
That guy's pretty chill.
Yeah, that guy's pretty. I trust him oddly more than everybody else.
Yeah, because he's into it,
Not
but
the
he's like, I'm not
self-sucker
going to
being
fuck
the
with
most
it.
trustable in the room.
Hurry, follow me.
Trust these self-suckers
You can't.
sometimes.
When you're trusting a self-sucker, you know you're in the wrong room.
I wonder what percentage of guys can do that.
I remember.
You gotta be big.
Do you remember Matthew? Do you know Matthew
you do it?
Broussard?
I know Matt Broussard. Yep.
Yeah, I think. Oh God, I hope it's him. If it's not, he used to have a joke about being able to suck his own dick. I believe, and
Of
if
course,
it's
it'd
not
be the
him,
handsome guys. The
yeah,
guys that don't
if it's
even
not
need
him,
it.
I'm so sorry, Matthew Broussard. But
That's not the worst thing
yeah,
that can be
it's a
spread
cool
but I
about.
thing.
think he used to have a joke about being able to suck his own dick, and I think he said it feels more like you're sucking a dick than getting your dick sucked.
That makes sense. That's
Yeah.
where my mind would be.
Yeah,
But I don't know. Jerking off doesn't feel more like.
but then what if you like
jerking a
sucking dick? Then it's both.
That would be the best
That'd
ever.
be the best.
You never leave your room.
No.
Yeah, you'd be home forever.
No,
You're
yeah.
a snake that ate its own tail.
Yeah, if I could eat my own pussy, I'd look like a kickball. I'd be fucking curled up in my own pussy.
You look like Sonic.
Yeah, I look like one of those roly-poly bugs. You just fucking-
She's doing that because she's scared. No, she's not.
No, she's not scared.
It's something else.
You'll see the trail. Yeah,
Is
dude.
that a thing? Can girls do that?
What?
Suck their own pussies?
I think probably some.
Yeah, probably.
Not me.
Suck their own pussy.
I gotta tell you, I've tried.
Well, we've all
I've
tried.
seen. I've
We've all
had.
tried, yeah.
Everyone's tried. You gotta see if you got the reach for it.
I was able to lick my nut sack when I was like 12. That was the closest I ever got. I just
Nice.
stretched it out. I was pretty proud of myself.
Yeah,
But
that's one for your mom to walk into. the self ball lick.
just the
It's a rough one to explain to your mother.
Proud, that's my boy.
I have the VR headset also on.
Oh my god, so funny.
I don't.
Dude.
I actually never got caught by my mom. My dad a couple times. Sometimes I felt like he was waiting for it though.
Oh my god, I hate to quote another comedian, but they have the funniest stories. Jerron Horton used to tell a joke about his grandma catching him. He used to make this girl suck pudding off his dick when he was in high school.
Interesting.
And yeah, and his grandma walked in during it. It was really awkward, but then it was weird because the rest of the week there was just one pudding left in the fridge and no one would touch it. But yeah, I imagine. I think I've gotten walked in on before. Not doing anything
Parents
to
or-
myself, but just like
just
when
like
I was
sex.
started having sex, my boyfriend's dad. But he would try to catch us too, like a little weirdo. They try. He'd open the door real fast and be like, "What are you guys doing?" I'm like, "What if I was like legs open?" Yeah, he has a camera. Like, what
It's
the
like
fuck?
one of those old school digital cameras, the really big ones.
Insane. Yeah. A Polaroid. He's shaking it in front of me.
What were you guys doing in there? I'll
Get out
know.
of here. Dinner's at 5.
He's just getting more and more fucking pissed that
I'm
he's
gonna
not
do
fucking
this
you.
again, by the way. So you guys better
Son,
not.
learn how to close the fucking deal. I need this video.
So funny.
Speaking of pudding and shit, who was the one that told us that they ate pudding out of a girl's ass because they thought it would taste better?
Oh yeah, that
Who
was a
said
guy.
that?
I
I've heard
knew a
that
guy
before too.
in
Yeah.
high school that said
Oh, no,
that he.
Jello.
But it's also probably like I'm sure it's a bit or something out there. But he said he put pudding on his girlfriend's ass because she wanted him to eat it. And he thought that would make it better, but then he just was like, it just looks like she water shitted everywhere. It was so much
This
worse.
pudding tastes like ass.
But then it
It's
tastes
bad.
good, so that's gonna send a bunch of mixed messages to your mind.
Ooh, pudding in the ass doesn't sound great for me.
Not for the girl.
Not for the girl.
It's gonna be a lot of cleanup.
She's gonna get
afterward.
pudding in her V hole.
Ooh, that's
And
probably
that's
not good.
That's not good.
Probably stings.
Pudding in the vagina?
I've gotten shampoo in the pee hole. I'll tell you
That's
that.
the worst feeling
We
in
all
the
have.
world.
Bad. I didn't know you weren't supposed to use that for lubrication when I was a kid, and I found out quick.
No.
Yeah, it really burns in there, dude.
It's not good. They should put that on the bottle.
I didn't know that you weren't supposed to wash the inner hole of your vagina.
Damn, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You would
Did
think
you
you'd
guys
have to
know
do
that? You're not supposed to wash the inside hole. of
I've
the
learned
vagina.
that now,
Wow.
just from
Just
like
the
being with
outside.
women. Because it's like self-cleaning, right?
It's self,
not
that's
supposed
why
to
it's
need
wet
that.
all the time. It's just fucking.
It's not wet all the time. Sometimes girls can't get wet.
Okay.
Sometimes it's like a thing they have.
Almost exclusively not wet.
My wife can't get wet.
Okay.
She promised me.
That's because you're self sucking in the corner.
But it makes her feel safe. Trying to help her.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's really a self cleaning oven. It's a thing of mystery, a vagina.
Very heavily created. Definitely it seems like more time was spent on that than the wiener. The wiener's just like it blasts and it pisses. Like,
It's
Truly.
the perfect function.
oh, it rips. It's so much better having one of these.
I know. Ours are confusing. Now, and ours is like there's pH levels. There's science in ours.
There's too
It's like,
much
you gotta
science
get your
going on in the
pH
pussy.
levels up. You gotta
Yeah,
buy
check the
things.
water.
Yeah, you have to buy fucking water tester shit.
I gotta get chlorine for my pussy.
It scared me so much the first time I encountered one. First off, hole way lower than I ever would have thought.
Way
yeah,
lower.
I thought it was going to
Exactly,
be
yeah.
like hair hole. It was
I
not
had
hair
one
hole.
and I was shocked when I started using it. I said, I think you're putting it in my other butt or something. That
They
can't
are
be
very
down
close. It's way closer there.
there.
I thought it
Way
was gonna be.
closer than you would think.
I remember just jamming my fingers like as soon as the slit started, and she was just like, "That's not good.
That's-
That's way
ow.
too hard."
You're fingering my urethra.
Punching her urethra.
I was just like, "You must be gay or something."
Oh, girl, you are tight. That's my pee hole. That's my pee hole.
I got my whole pinky in there. It's pretty badass.
Ew. Yeah, dude, it's fucking. It's
Wait.
crazy. I don't. It's wild that it doesn't mold. Like, shouldn't it?
I bet it can. I bet with the right type of
I think
life.
You gotta find the right
I
woman.
feel the same way about a vagina as I do a tongue. I'm like, it's weird that it's just normal for it to be kind of wet regularly. Not all the time, not for everyone, but most of the time, a lot of times, that's the function.
Well, it's probably better for it to be. Not for like a dry hole.
A wet tongue all the time seems disgusting. It's just wet and sitting in our mouths all the time. It's so fucking gross. To
This
me.
guy has the wettest mouth in the entire world.
Do you? You have a wet mouth?
I do, apparently.
The reason why he
I was
doesn't
told-
smoke weed anymore is because people made fun of him in the joint circles all the time. He would
And I would
drench
just
it.
get so mad. I don't have that wet of a mouth.
You'd be
It's the
bad at
wettest
mafia.
mouth in the world.
I'd be bad at mafia?
Yeah.
Why?
Because when the narrator asks who you want to kill, a lot of people will be like, and a lot of people you can hear their wet little mouths move.
Yeah.
And I'll go, oh, I heard your wet mouth. I'll say it right away.
You would hear his wet
Yeah.
little mouth. That was really fun too. I did it when you were at the Vulcan there one time.
That was really fun. I need to do that again.
It's really cool. It's a really good concept for that because it is just like a bunch of riffing and shit and goofing around.
Yeah. It's a I couldn't tell if it was like more for comedians or the audience.
The audience liked it though.
That was a really
Did
fun
you do
show.
it at Skankfest or did you just
Yeah.
do the dating thing?
I did it at Skankfest too, and it was really fun.
I watched the dating thing. That was really funny.
Yeah, I think we did that here at the Creek once too, as well.
Oh,
And
hell
that was
yeah.
a good time.
Are you you're just splitting time right now, right?
I am.
Do you live in LA or New York right
LA.
now? LA and then Austin
And
sometimes?
Austin. I try to come to Austin like every 3 weeks.
Yeah,
every 4
so
weeks or something.
Do you have any like thoughts about maybe moving here one day, or are you
I
just
do.
gonna
I
keep
think
splitting?
if I do end up moving, it'll probably be a soft move where I don't really love people knowing where I live in general.
Mm-hmm.
Just by being a woman.
Yeah.
I want it to be harder. If someone's trying to kill me, they're like, do I go to LA, New York, Austin, you know?
At least then if they get you, you're like, they earned
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like,
It's 1 in 3 chance they get the right state, you know? So, yeah, dudes are fucking weird.
Yeah.
Man, dudes are weird. There's a guy outside the mothership who grilled me the other night. He was like, do you really have a boyfriend? And I was like, yeah. And he grabbed my arms. He was like, you're moving too fast. And I'm like,
Jesus Christ.
Just cares about you, Kim.
Yeah, I know. He's like, you're moving too fast. Trust me. I've been in toxic relationships. You don't need to move
Did you
this
know
fast.
this guy?
Not at all. And I'm
Sounds like he
staring
just
at
really
him.
cares about
And
you.
I go, and he's like giving me advice, and now I'm getting frustrated. So I go, excuse me, are you even married? And he was like, no, but that doesn't matter. And I'm like, I was like, okay, nice to meet you. And then the next day, he sent my co-host a message about how he knows that we're soulmates, and he could feel our connection and he knew I ran away the night before because I was too in love with him.
Damn. Was
Men
he
are
right?
Crazy.
What are you gonna do about that, Kim? It sounds like
No,
your
I want that guy to
soulmate.
fucking die.
Whoa.
No, that doesn't
No,
sound
any
like a
guy
cool
that gets weird like that, I'm like, I wish you death. Truly.
Yeah, I
if
mean,
you're not gonna get help, you're just making the world scarier for
Was he a
everyone
dirty
else.
looking guy? What do you look like?
Not necessarily dirty. No.
I feel like most dudes hate those kind of dudes too.
I just
because like
hate
they're
them,
also
dude.
weird to us. They're just not trying to put anything
And they're
inside of
fucking
us.
things up for dudes that aren't weird and are
Yeah.
actually safe people. It's like you're making other dudes look bad. Now we're scared of all of them.
Yeah, that's like the main thing me and Chris have gotten. They're like, you guys look like the most unsafe people to be around in comedy, but we're also zero each.
Yeah.
Pretty badass.
That's pretty
I'm
good.
also married, so I'm not even trying to bang any of the female comics.
And
so.
to be fair, everyone
nice.
says you're moving too fast in your relationship. Everyone's talking
honestly,
about
that guy, Greg,
Is that the rumor?
chill guy. I follow his vlog.
Dude.
You're in it a lot.
It's so funny. I've been single for like so fucking long, for like 5 or 6 years, and I love the way the men are treating me now that I have a boyfriend. I just had to bring him around a few times, and they know he exists. And now, oh my god, the hugs have declined.
Oh yeah.
They're
Oh my
treating you like
god!
dog shit
Please,
now?
yeah,
You're not
they
getting
do.
booked anymore?
I know. They're like, I'm like, maybe they'll watch my stand up now. Maybe they'll
No.
see me. No, still
Oh,
no.
that's Kim. She's fucking another guy. Who cares?
Yeah,
I met
so
him though, pretty handsome.
It's been he is very handsome. He's a cool
Is he
guy.
also a comic? Or?
He's not. It's the
That's
best
cool.
part.
That's
The
nice.
best part
always
is
the
he's
best.
not a comic. He has no interest in doing comedy. He didn't know who I was when we met, and he is so funny. Unfortunately, he's making me think that men are just naturally funnier than women, because he's been tagging my shit, and like my shit does great, and then the 3 tags he's given me have been my 3 like applause break tags, and I'm like, Jesus, fuck, dude, like this
Yeah, but now
sucks.
that
They're
you
right.
know the truth,
Well, now I can work with now I can work with the formula that I have, but
because you were doing great, but now you have a man helping. you.
yeah, now I can excel.
Now
You're
you're
going to
really
the
gonna
top.
hit the top.
Yeah. Yep. I can't wait.
Yeah, I have. My woman is. She's not a comedian, but she works in comedy. She's the
Okay,
manager here.
Oh, cool.
So it's like it's a really good balance of like she understands the world, but I would never want to date another comedian. It's just you never see it really work out that
oh
well.
my God, it's a nightmare.
Comedians suck.
Well,
Terrible
yeah.
people.
Well, it's plus it's like you're always going to be competitive. I feel like, and then if it doesn't work out too, then it's just annoying that you have to see them around all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I dated 2 comedians, and one was great. Well, not dating him, but it turned out great. Lewis, obviously.
Yeah.
We became great friends, and like a bunch of cool stuff has come from it.
Canceled
That sounds
out Paul,
weird. Like
though.
I fucked him for the cool stuff, but I mean, like
I
Kim
probably,
Fest.
I probably would do that too.
Kim Fest, and like just our relationship. He actually taught me a fuck ton about podcasting and how to really do it correctly. And he's a great podcaster and stuff. And my other relationship was with a comic, and it did feel very competitive. It felt like the entire time he was rooting for me to lose
Oh, wow.
because he wasn't winning. And I was like, this is like, I've had, Lewis cheated on me or whatever, but this feels sinister. I'm like, this kind of feels darker than whatever issues comedians have about commitment, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I don't like that.
At most, I would say like 95% of female or comedian couples, it never works out. And even like on a big scale, there's only really been like one, like Tom and Christina, I guess, that I can, or
Christine and Tom, they're an anomaly.
yeah.
That's it, right?
Well, who's no, what's his name? The guy with the lisp. I should know his name.
guy
Bonnie
with the lisp?
McFarlane.
Oh, Rich Voss and
Rich Voss
Bonnie.
and Bonnie.
Yeah,
They're
and Joe
together still,
List
right?
and his wife, they're comedians.
Who's his
yeah.
wife though?
Sarah, I think her maiden name was Tolemach, but she's also very funny too. They're a very funny couple. But yeah, it rarely works out.
And you see so many more than that.
Yeah.
Like, I've just seen it go bad so many
No,
times.
luckily my boyfriend's the exact opposite of whatever a comedian is.
It's good.
And yeah, he kind of just like, I embarrass him, which is like, that's the way it should be. I feel like, we both can't be embarrassing each other. Someone's got to be normal.
Yeah, for
Please.
sure. So we're about an hour, right? Awesome.
yeah.
Well, thank you so much for doing this, Kim. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you for having me.
I will say, and not to talk shit about any of us, when we got off the pedophile stuff, we had less energy. I really do think the pedophile stuff had us at our highest
That's so
mark.
funny.
What's
You
that?
pulling up a map right now?
Pedophile map.
Whoa. Are those the pedophiles around?
It's not a
That's
bad
not
place
bad
to
at
end it.
all.
You guys are scared to click because it might be your face, huh?
No, I don't live here.
That's crazy. What does it say when you click?
What are the
no,
different
click
colors?
that. Can we go for a couple more minutes?
Absolutely, we're going to keep going now.
Are we allowed to
Charity.
show
This
him?
guy's name is Charity. I know what he was
he's
giving out.
Free something.
Yeah, no.
Well, pretty cool looking guy.
Yeah, he actually looks
Pretty
like
rad.
I would maybe trust him as a child. As a child, I would trust him.
Yeah,
his
he seems
shoe
like-
size is 110. The dick on that guy. Oh, that's 11.
11's still
oh,
pretty
he
big.
killed a kid.
Wait, what do you do? I can't
Does
see.
it say?
Anally, annually. These words are too small.
It says if it's anal. Why do
you
they
get
have to
anal?
specify that?
Victim sex, female, victim age 9.
Whoa.
This guy's a pig.
Cool. All right. Let's rank the top 10 pedophiles
Around us? Okay, this guy's pretty bad. What are we
Charity's pretty
ranking
rad.
him by?
I guess badness, right? I guess handsomeness can factor into that. This guy's
does
pretty
look
handsome.
handsome.
For a
This guy's
pedophile.
pretty handsome. What's the next one?
It's a good smile. That's
Okay,
a winning
that one
smile.
I give him about handsome rate an 8. A
Good
7.
job.
Yeah,
hell
but
yeah,
for
Charity.
having sex with kids,
Okay, this guy's
9.
hideous.
It's the same guy but black.
They are getting blacker.
This guy's got a lifetime registration. So
What do you do?
Let's see.
Oh.
Oh, 5.
Oh, okay, this guy's at the bottom right now.
Oh, he's a repeated offender.
But did he do anything? Did he have sex with a 9-year-old or worse?
5.
He has sex with
Oh,
a 5-year-old. That's much, much worse.
I can't really see.
That's bad. And look at all the mug shots he has.
God,
Hell yeah.
holy
Oh, he used to be happy.
He was real happy right there.
What was that?
That was
Is he
right-
an old
The first picture, he
circus
looks like the
act?
dude
What
from
is
the
that
Green
photo?
Mile.
That's right after he got the 5-year-old. That's fine.
I can't believe I got it. I got it.
I did
Oh,
it.
no.
It was fast.
All right, well, this guy's definitely losing.
This
this
guy,
guy-
I give him a 1.
He's
just-
ugly and he had sex with a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did they
Let's
even
do top
relate
5.
on?
Let's do top 5.
How do you even get that 5-year-old?
I mean, they're walking around.
This guy could trick you and tell you he's an artist, and you'd believe him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This guy manages a GameStop.
Oh,
People really
no.
like him for it.
He's got incest. No, they tell you a lot in Texas.
Yeah.
good.
In
They
Florida, they
should.
don't give you this much information. They just tell you like a child under this age.
And we can show these photos.
Yeah, we should.
It's
You can.
public information.
Oh, that should be. Oh no, 14 incest.
Maybe just
Wait,
no.
2 14-year-olds?
He bagged 2 of them?
Wait, are these his kids, you think?
314 a threesome.
That's not bad.
Well, that's what's 14 plus 14.
his defense was I added up the ages.
Oh, he's got multiples too.
He
This
looks
guy looks
cooler.
familiar.
These are his
This guy
headshots.
looks just like a comedian.
That's what we want. Yeah, hopefully someone
Holy
does know.
shit.
Dude, we got to keep. Not the Elvis phase.
Wow, he was way cooler back then.
Yeah. You think that was before or after?
Right after.
I think you look a lot cooler when you hold in your demons. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so that guy, I'll give him a solid 4.
Post-nut clarity must be insane when it's with a child.
This dude is.
That's gotta be so much worse.
yeah. As you just come, you're like, God, I got to figure out how
So
to
I'd
get
say
rid of
that-
this.
The first guy's number one. I'd put
12.
the last guy above black guy.
You know,
This guy looks wise.
Can I tell you what's really fucked up about this? Is by the time we hit a few 5-year-olds, by the time I got back to 12, I was relieved. Isn't that horrible?
Just a
Oh,
12-year-old.
thank God, just a 12-year-old.
I mean, you're right, though. It is better.
That's actually so bad that I'm like, oh my God, thank God it was only a 12-year-old.
Like a
Because the
read.
5-year-old actually, it made my heart drop a
Well,
little.
because the 12-year-old should know better.
yeah.
No, because I'm like, the 12-year-old can maybe at least survive it.
Yeah.
A 5-year-old's so tiny.
Unless he has a tiny penis.
That's a good point.
All right.
Well,
Yeah,
one
please
more,
one more.
yeah.
I gotta go. I have TV to be on. I don't know.
Not after this comes out. Okay,
Paul
Oh,
can
not
too.
Edgar.
Well, that guy's pretty
That's
cool.
the Edgar cut.
not a bad looking guy.
What do you do?
13.
Oh no, 13-year-old boy or
Someone
girl?
got a little silly at the
Oh,
mall.
I didn't know she was 13. Like, my bad, no.
older.
She bought me a torta.
Oh, he looks handsome in one mugshot.
All
That
their
was that was
faces
his
are
peak.
like lopsided.
Well, he was whiter at the beginning. He got more Mexican the more.
And on that note, I think I gotta go. Thank you guys so much
Yeah,
for
thank
having
you so
me.
much, Kim. We
If you
appreciate
guys
it.
are watching, check out my special Childless MILF on YouTube.
Awesome. Yeah, follow Kim on Instagram and all that shit, guys.